So, artificial intelligence, you hear that term thrown around everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean? Today, we're going to cut through all the noise and get straight to it. What AI is, how it's already a huge part of your life, and where this is all going. Okay, let me ask you something. Think about that perfect movie Netflix suggested for you, or when you ask Siri a question and get an instant answer, or how your map app somehow reroutes you around a traffic jam you didn't even know was there. What's the common thread? Yep, you guessed it. They're all powered by artificial intelligence. And that right there is the key. This isn't some far-off sci-fi movie concept. AI is already here working quietly in the background of your life, making things smarter, faster, and way more personalized. Okay, so AI is here. It's a fact. But so what? Why should you actually care? Let's dig into why this stuff really, truly matters. I mean, look at this. The real power of AI isn't just about convenience. It's about giving us superpowers, really. It lets us tackle huge, complex problems, from spotting diseases earlier to untangling citywide traffic. It gives us personal assistance in our pockets. It lets us build robots that can go into dangerous places so humans don't have to. And every single one of these things isn't just a solution. It's a launch pad for brand new technologies we can't even imagine yet. All right, we've covered the why. Now let's peel back the layers and get into the what and the when. To really get a grip on AI, we've got to define it and take a quick look at where it all started. So what is AI really? At its heart, it's a field of computer science that's all about building systems that can mimic human intelligence. But here's the kicker, the part that changes everything. It's not just about following a pre-written set of rules. The real magic is that these systems can learn from data, getting better and better over time all by themselves. And trust me, the ambition here is huge. We're not just talking about number crunching. The ultimate dream is to build machines that can see the world, make sense of it, and then actually act on that understanding. So yeah, that means doing human-like things like playing chess or driving a car, but it goes deeper. The goal is to build something that can learn, show you what it's learned, and even explain its own thought process back to you. You know, this whole AI thing didn't just happen overnight. It's been a real roller coaster. Back in the 50s, people were dreaming big, thinking anything was possible. But then came the 70s, the AI winter, when everything just stalled. The computing power wasn't there, the data was scarce, and the funding dried up. So what changed? The internet. The absolute explosion of data in the 90s and 2000s was like pouring gasoline on a fire. It was the fuel AI had been waiting for, and it kicked off the revolution we're living in right now. Now, this is super important to understand. Not all AI is the same. It's not one single thing. The best way to think about it is on a spectrum, from the relatively simple to the, well, mind-blowing. So on one end, you've got what we call narrow AI, or weak AI. This is everything we have today. Think of it like a specialist. It can be a world champion chess player, but it can't tell you how to make toast. It's amazing at one specific thing. Then, in the middle, you have general AI. This is the holy grail for a lot of researchers, an AI that's as smart and adaptable as a human. And then, way out on the far end, there's the idea of super AI. This is purely hypothetical, but it describes an intelligence so far beyond ours, it would be like us compared to an ant. And listen, if you take away just one thing from this section, let it be this. Every single piece of AI you interact with today, every single one is narrow AI. From Siri to those self-driving car prototypes, it all falls into that first, very limited category. It might seem incredibly intelligent, but it's operating in a very small sandbox. And believe me, the future gets even wilder. Researchers are pushing towards something called theory of mind AI, an AI that doesn't just see what we do, but actually understands why we do it. Imagine that. And the ultimate, far-off dream, self-aware AI, a machine with its own consciousness, its own feelings. We're getting into some pretty deep philosophical territory here, not just code. Okay, so we've got the what and the why down, but how does the magic actually happen? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine room to see how these machines actually learn. All right, the core concept you need to know is the AI model. Don't think of it as a program that a human wrote line by line. Instead, picture it like a digital brain that's been trained on a massive amount of data. By seeing millions of examples, it learns to spot patterns so well that it can make incredibly accurate decisions about brand new information it's never seen before. Now, people often mix up algorithm and model, but the difference is actually pretty simple. Think of it this way. The algorithm is the recipe. It's the set of step-by-step instructions. The model is the finished cake. It's the actual thing you get after you've used that recipe on your ingredients, or in this case, your data. The model is what does all the work.
So, how do they learn? Well, there are basically three main ways. First up, we've got supervised learning. This is like showing a toddler flashcards. A human has to label all the data first. This is a dog, this is a cat. The machine learns from these labeled examples, which is perfect for things like image recognition. Next is unsupervised learning. Here, you just throw a ton of unlabeled data at the AI and basically say, find something interesting. It discovers hidden patterns all on its own. This is the magic behind those uncanny e-commerce recommendations. And finally, there's reinforcement learning. This is all about trial and error. The AI tries something, gets a reward if it did well, or a penalty if it did poorly, and just keeps getting better. This is exactly how you teach an AI to master a super complex task like driving a car.
So we've seen how the AI in your phone is really just the tip of the iceberg, a form of narrow AI. And we've seen these incredibly powerful ways that machines can learn all on their own. Which brings us to one final massive question. As these learning methods get more powerful and the data keeps growing, is that leap from the narrow AI of today to the super AI of tomorrow just a matter of time? Is it merely a hypothetical concept, or is it an inevitable future? That's the question that's going to define our next century.